Hi, today we're going to talk about random results in simulations. Let's fix that with transaction weight. Okay, so an issue that commonly occurs that we see on the forum, that pops up on the forum, is that you have a strategy that's not changing, the data is not changing, but the results are changing on every successive runs. So we're going to show you why that happens and how to solve it. Okay. Using this strategy that you can see right here, it doesn't matter what the strategy is, but it's important that you're buying or entering at market on open. Okay, so the strategy here is just an SMA crossover strategy, and it trades a lot with fast periods, two over the 5, and we're going to test it on a 100 symbol data set with 25% equity. So basically with basically 1-to-1 margin, 25% equity, we can hold 4 positions. So you can imagine that we're going to get many signals when we run the strategy, many trades, many trade candidates on a daily basis. Okay, so let's go to the metrics report and take a look at the profit. 42,000 on that run. Let's run it again. 36,000, pretty big difference. Let's run it again. 66,000. So you can see we're getting wildly changing results, and that's because we're getting many signals, many trade candidates on the same bar, but we only have room for 4 positions at a time. So what does WealthLab do? It has to pick which trades to take. How does it do that? It does it by something called transaction weight. And you can find that here in the building blocks. We're going to drag this over into the buy at market trading rule. And what does transaction weight do? Okay, WealthLab, if you don't assign a transaction weight, WealthLab creates a random transaction weight between 0 and 1. Signals are processed in the order of the highest transaction weight first. Okay, so if you have, let's say you have 10 trade candidates, the ones with the highest transaction weight are going to be the ones that are processed first. And when you run out of equity, when you run out of cash or buying power, the ones with the lower transaction weight are going to be thrown out. The thing is, if you don't assign a transaction weight, it's random, and that's why you get random results. Okay, so if you assign, you can, like I just did, you can drag a rule over here, the transaction weight rule, condition, and assign an indicator, RSI, if you don't have a better idea. Everything else being equal, buying something that's oversold is usually a better proposition. So we say we're going to prioritize RSI values using the lowest values, and you can set your period on your RSI however you like. And let's run this back test again. Now that we're assigning transaction weight, we expect to get a steady result every time, and it was actually quite a good result. You can see that using the lower RSI tended to give us a better result. Let's go ahead and run that again. And it's the same. And so we're getting a deterministic result now that we're using assigning a transaction weight to every trade. Now, how does this work if you're actually trading it? Okay, so let's look at the signals. All right, so assuming we didn't have any open positions, I see that I've got more than 4 buy signals here. I would go over to the weight side, or to the weight column, and I would sort it. Now you can see the sell signals have a weight assigned too, but you can ignore that. And because we wanted higher values lower values had a higher weight, we put a negative sign in front of it. So that makes the lower values a higher weight. So if I didn't have any open positions, I would take these 4 signals and send them into my broker. mRNA would not get bought. Okay. Now, assuming that we had been trading, we're going to have to look at our backtest results or our account and look at our positions. Get the open positions to the top. Here they are already. Okay, so we do have 4 open positions, and we're selling one of them. One of them is an NSF position, which we covered in another video. Your account may have that position, and if it does, you would select to sell it. But let's assume that your account doesn't have that position. We would select the sell, the PDDs. We're going to sell Pindu, I think his name is the company, and we're going to pick the highest the highest weight buy signal. So I'm going to hit Control and select Baidu at the same time, and we're going to trade those 2 signals for tomorrow. That would be, so we would place those orders. Let's say I would, yeah, that's okay. Let's go ahead and stage those orders. Oh, I already had some orders in there. Let's get rid of these. Remove this order block. Let's do this again. We'll stage these orders, and these are the 2 orders that we would enter in the market if we were actually trading the strategy. I hope that was clear. You can go back and review again if something about that wasn't clear. And on the next video, we'll go over stop and limit orders, which is a little bit different. It's not, you can't use transaction weight in this way with stop and limit orders. See you next time. Thanks for coming. Wait, I forgot to finish this off. Let's bump this one day to show you that the simulation takes the trades that we picked. So let's close this order manager and go to our strategy settings and bump this up one more day. Whoops. Let's see if that works. Ooh, maybe I'm going to break it here. Let's go at 622. There we go. Okay, so I haven't run it yet. Here are our signals. So the idea was that we're going to sell PDD and Baidu. Let's look at our backtest results. We have PDD, that is our open position that we're selling. Let's run the backtest and see what happens. We should sell PDD and buy Baidu. There it is. There's Baidu, and the other 3 positions I assume are the same as they were before. You can check it on video. Okay, thanks for coming. Ciao.